What's up, banger family? It's your girl Banger Girl, and I'm back with another banger. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. You've made the right decision. And if you're returning back to my channel, welcome back, Banger family. Banger family, I want to thank you guys for rocking with me day in and day out, watching my videos, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys. You guys seem to really enjoy my last Apple Loop beat tutorial. If you haven't watched that video, you could click the link over here. So I figured, let me try to make another beat using Apple Loops, but this time I'm gonna try to create like a East Coast kind of vibe. Without further ado, let's get it. All right, Banger family, so we got Logic Pro opened up and I have the BPM set to 73. So what I'm gonna do now is just open up Apple Loops and see if I can find a piano loop that I really rock with. You go into Apple Loops by clicking this little, it looks like a race track loop, but you click that loop to open the loops library, and we're gonna just click on the piano. Basically how I do it is I just play the loops and I just select the one that I like, one that I think I could flip into something. So the loops that have the little green box and the actual music sign, those are considered like MIDI loops. So when you drag it into your project, it basically drags in a MIDI loop, and then in this instance, you can change the instrument, tweak the notes, all that good stuff. All right, let's see. I kind of want something that sounds more like a sample. So let's see. All right, so that's simple enough. So let's just see if we could do something with it. Let's loop out 2 bars. Close that for now. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is just take this part here and then just double it. And then I'm going to bounce it into one audio file. And you can do that by clicking on this little toolbar here and selecting the join tool. When it's in the second spot over here, you would have to activate it by pressing Command and then clicking the tool. So you press Command, click the tool. But there's another way to do that. You could press Command A and then you can Control B. And what it'll do is just bounce both of these tracks together. So either way you do it, it's fine. But this is probably the most simplest way to do it, right? So now we have our new loop. So what I'm gonna do is add some halftime. And then I think what I wanna do is see if I can add like Portal, just to add some texture to it. Portal's hating right now. Sometimes I regret getting Portal through Splice because you basically need to keep Splice forever, like the desktop app, just to access your plugins. It's kind of annoying. So the reason why I'm adding Portal is I just want to add some like texture to it. So we're gonna put one instance of Portal and just kind of keep it on the default. And then I'm going to put a high pass filter on. Let's just adjust this a little bit. We could probably boost a little here too. Fine. What frequencies we want to boost. And then I'll probably add Portal again. And this time just flip it and use a different preset. So let's see, maybe something like this. But we're gonna drop it down some because I don't want it too intense. I'm gonna add like the tape vinyl by XL and Audio. And just put like a little bit on it. Just to give it that like rustic vibe, you know? a vintage vibe. I want to find like another piano melody to kind of layer this Cali Vibes piano with. The cool thing about Apple loops with the Logic Pro update is matter of fact, that's a gem. If you go to the column where you see the loop key, and you see some of the samples have this little, I think it's a key signature. When you drag these particular loops, what it does is identify basically the chord progression in the loop. Let me zoom out and then you'll be able to see it. Let's say you drag in one of these types of loops and you're like, dang, I can't figure out the actual chord progressions. Here you have it broken down, like super detailed. And now you can use these different chord progressions to, you know, tweak your loop or add a bass line, a top melody, things like that. All right, y'all, so one other thing that I want to tell you, actually, this is another gem. When I work with Apple loops, I like to activate this flex pitch tool because what it allows you to do is kind of get surgical with the Apple loops. When you hover over the loop and you see this like weird symbol, when you drag your sample out, stretching the Apple loop changes the speed of the Apple loop. But also activating the flex pitch on the specific track, and I usually keep it on polyphonic. It allows me to like increase and decrease the tempo of the project and keeping the pitch of the Apple loop, but also keeping the Apple loop in sync with the new tempo. I just want something simple. I think I use this one, and I'm just going to shrink it to 2 bars. Activate the flex pitch, duplicate by pressing Option, clicking on the actual loop, and then just dragging it over, or you could press Command R. Either way. Now let's just listen to what we have so far. All right, so I'm liking what I have so far, but I want to add some texture. So what I'm going to do is create a new track. And I'm going to go into Arcade. This is so huge. Pause. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Search, Hip Hop, and function is FX. And then I'm just going to try to find a patch that I like. All right, so I found this cool sound, so we'll just record that in. And that's just gonna be like a filler texture. And then I think I'm gonna stretch it out just for the 1 bar. All right, I'm gonna duplicate this track. Let's see if we can find something else in this arcade patch that we like. Yeah, we could probably use this. So let's record. Okie dokie. All right, let's Command AQ to quantize. Let's shorten it to 1 bar. And then, yeah. We're gonna put this over here because I'm just gonna add it in the track when I get to arranging. So we could actually mute those for now. So now I wanna find another texture that I'm gonna play throughout the whole track. So I'm gonna Command D to duplicate the track, go back into Arcade, go back to Search, and see if I can find like another texture that's a little bit more melodic that we can add to the beats. And let's try to find something in line with the tempo that we like. We're at 73. Those sound effects are cool though. I'm gonna favor that because I could use those sound effects in another beat. All right, so let's see. Let's see what else. See that opening sound we could probably use this. I think I'm gonna favor that again. Y'all don't be stealing my favorites, okay? All right, let's see what else. All right, y'all, so I found this strum space patch. Let's just Command Q it. But I'm gonna drag it out for 4 bars. And then we're gonna bump up the velocity, lower it down a little bit. But I was wondering why it sounded a little weird. We're gonna put it in E minor because that is the key of the project. We know this because when we dragged in the first Apple loop, it automatically changed the project to its key and it's in E minor. Y'all, so I think we got enough so far, so let us add in some drums. I don't know if I'm gonna play the drums myself or if I should add in a drum loop. Now I think I'm gonna add in a drum loop. I'm going to basically activate flex pitch so that it can be in tempo with the project. Again, you can select the tracks that you want to drag and you could just option click drag it, or you can just press Command R and either option will work. Let me just lower the drums because I know they're gonna be knocking. This would be a good time to add a nice little clipper. I'm gonna delete this because it's just distracting. My OCD. All right, y'all. I think it's bass time. All right, so let's try to record the bass line. Actually, another gem. Yes! Sometimes when I'm creating like bass lines, I like to record in a higher octave so that I could actually hear the melody. When you get to the lower octaves, sometimes it's hard to differentiate between notes, so. I wanted to go into transposer and basically lock my play into the key of E minor. So regardless of what notes I play in my MIDI controller, Logic is only going to select the notes that are in the key of E minor. And that's done by selecting transposer under MIDI FX. And then you just go to the root note. Here it's E and the scale is natural minor. Alright, let's Command A, press Q to quantize. And then I'm just gonna drag these out because I want to really feel the bass. And now I'm just gonna select each note, boost up, press the right arrow to keep going down the piano roll, and we're just gonna boost everything up. And let's just shorten this. It's not really giving the vibes I want to give, so I'm gonna add in an 808 because why not? Yo, I know Mike Glass is gonna distort the hell out of this 808 when he mixes it, and it's gonna be crazy. Like for the chorus, I kind of wanted to switch up a little bit. So I'm going to add in another instance of arcade. So I'm just going to go up to this track, track 5, Command D. So we get arcade in there. I want to add some like vocal loops. So let's just see, we could find one. These beats, you don't want to do too much, add too much. You just want to have a lot of room for the vocalists to do their thing. So I don't think I'm going to add much more. I might try to look for like another sound effect just that I could play like throughout the track. So let's go back into arcade. Let's unmute this. Let's go back to our search and see if we can find another preset that we like. I've been posting videos and going live and forgot to tell you that I got my merch on sale. This is it's Slaps Tee, which is basically like one of my kind of tags, like my beats bang, they slap. So I designed it myself. Actually picked the color code for this. I have a specific orange. If you've been in my site or you just been following the brand, you know black and orange are my colors. No, it's not Halloween, but it's spooky over here. We get the spooky vibes. So yeah, y'all need to go check it out. Support your girl. Support your local producer. All right, so let's just try to find something else. I'm looking for my BPM just so that we don't have to do too much editing. All right, I need something weird, something like spooky. I found the sound, y'all. All right, Command and Q. Let's stretch it out just to like 1 bar, just that right there. All right, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I made an East Coast beat using Apple Loops. If you haven't done so already, this would be a perfect time to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Tell your auntie, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mom, tell your mailman to hop on the Banger Girl wave, and also tell them to cop my merch. Support the local producer, and I need y'all support, you dig? But I know y'all gonna support me because y'all rock with me and you like my content and you like my vibes, right? All right, y'all. I don't want to talk too much. I'm gonna arrange this beat. I'll just need to stay tuned. Keep rock with me. I've been going live. I'm gonna do more tutorials, more lives, all that good stuff. Get on the website if you want to do one-to-one sessions, if you want to buy my kit, if you want to buy my merch, any of that stuff, get on the website. I'm out, y'all. As always, stay safe. Keep creating. Peace.